Hello students, I hope you all are safe at home. So today we will start chapter number 2, what is around us. Now before starting this chapter, I want to ask you the same question, that what you observe around you. Okay, so we observe the things like the sun, tree, rivers, mountain, etc. So today we are going to learn about the same. Now, Dhanvin was roaming in the garden with his mother. So while walking, a question arose in his mind. He asked his mother, "What is land made up of?" So mother replied, "Do you see the sun every day? The sun too has a family which is known as solar family. That means our earth is one of the member of the solar family. The most important point is that only the sun among all the members of the solar family has got the suitable temperature, water and air to sustain living beings. Now, generally, it is believed that first a small ball detached from the sun, which later came to be known as Earth. Thus, at the time of its origin, the Earth was in the form of a fireball. Slowly, this fireball started cooling down. At this stage, many elements of the Earth got transformed into liquid form and a few other into solid form. Now the elements which transformed into liquid form were called hydrosphere, while the elements which got transformed into solid form came to be known as lithosphere. A few elements were also transformed into gaseous state. They gave birth to the atmosphere of the earth. Gradually, life developed on the earth due to the land and its crust. Now, student, crust means it is a form into a hard outer layer of earth. Now, crust, that is lithosphere. The water to drink, that is hydrosphere. And air to breathe, that is atmosphere. This is known as biosphere. In this way, the four spheres of the earth came into existence. Now, student, you can see the picture given in your textbook, spheres of the earth. That means atmosphere for air, then hydrosphere for water, lithosphere for ground, and the biosphere for life. Now we will study each of these spheres in detail. Now the first one, lithosphere. The sphere on which we live is known as the lithosphere. Litho means rock and sphere means layer. The upper layer of the earth is made up of soil and solid material like rock. Approximately 29% of the surface of the earth is covered with lithosphere. This layer is almost 64 kilometer to 100 kilometer thick. The thickness of the lithosphere is not the same everywhere on the earth. Similarly, their interior and exterior do not have identical physical features. It is almost made up of substances like soil and rocks. Now, landforms like mountain, plateau, plains and valleys are seen on the lithosphere. The temperature increases as we move towards the center of the earth. The molten rocks in the interior of the earth are known as magma. There are many gases present in the interior of the earth which rise up with pressure and heat, but the pressure of rocks of the surface of the earth is equally strong. Thus, balance between the two is maintained. So the crust of the earth does not break. When the balance between the two is not maintained, the crust breaks and a volcano erupts. Now student, we will see how is the lithosphere useful to us, or what would happen if there were no lithosphere. So the lithosphere is useful to us in many ways. A few of them are like it provides a base for the living organisms, provide land for construction of houses, provide land for agriculture, industries and trade and commerce, provide water resources, provide minerals and forest resources, allow humans to develop their culture and heritage. Thus, life is not possible on earth without the existence of lithosphere. Now, the second sphere, that is hydrosphere. Now, let me talk to you about hydrosphere. The hydrosphere is the liquid component of earth. It includes the oceans, seas, lakes, ponds, river and stream. On the surface of the earth, the area of water is more than that of land. Hydrosphere covers 71% of the earth's surface. A water body in hydrosphere that carries a huge amount of water is known as the ocean. These oceans are the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean and the Arctic Ocean. All these oceans are connected with each other. Now the water bodies close to the land are known as seas, bays, strait, gulf, etc. The oceans on the earth are huge and deep. Valleys with depth of 10 to 11 kilometers are located at their bottom. The ocean beds has similar features like that of the surface of the earth. It has high mountains, plateaus, vast plain, valleys, etc. Now, how much water will there be in the seas? Since sea water is salty, is it useful to us? Yes. Ocean contain 97% of the total amount of water on the earth. Approximately one third of remaining water is trapped in ice caps and glaciers, that is at poles, Himalayas and other mountains. Some water is accumulated in the lakes and some flows in the rivers and some is stored in the interior of the earth as groundwater. The amount of potable water is less. Fresh water is precious. This fresh water is required by living beings for their existence. The moisture for rain, which is the main source of fresh water, comes from the oceans only. Valuable chemicals, minerals, salt, fishes, etc. are found in the seas. As we have living organism on the land, in this way the seas and oceans have aquatic life inside them. The tremendous force of waves, tides and currents of oceans are potential sources for generating electricity. Besides, these oceans are also useful as waterways. Now student, I will explain you the remaining spheres in my next video. Thank you.